here. Move this real quick. On the office. All right. So I'm going to take my saw. About the cutting this part. Definitely didn't think about that part. Shit. No, I guess I'm going over here then. So I gotta cut this pipe that you're staring at right now in half. Basically, actually gonna cut it down 8 feet. So that's about how big I think the frame's gonna be at its biggest. So I also need my extension cord. Alright then. So I'm gonna spin you guys around. Oh, that's not full size piece. Shit. Where is it? God, that only looks like 10. Should better plan this out. I guess I'll be cutting some pipes tomorrow night. That's all right. So do I really think it's going to be... So if I move the rear end... As long as it's going to be is 8 feet. I'll cut it at 8. But for now, yeah, I'll cut it at 8. I'll cut it at 8. That way I can, a little bit more manageable. I have a piece to go across if I need to. So this is one of my long pieces for frame. I could probably go 7 feet, but I'd rather just cut it long and I have more than enough pipe. I don't need to worry about it. Well, let me think about that. Let's go 7. this one. No, that was a good choice. Yeah, 7 feet it is. Feet it is. I'm gonna need to cut more pipe later today, but not worried about that right now. Definitely going to need that. Right. What I'm doing is I'm cutting a bunch of pipe in order to lay out on my frame. I have marks here in order to for my frame. So I know my drive shaft's going to be somewhere here. I need to move as to where everything is going. That way I can lay this thing out, get everything coped to the right size, notched to the right size. And then get the pipe cleaned up and weld the frame together in one big foul swoop. Trying to get this done as quickly as I can without screwing up, because I have a limited amount of time. So I'm kind of working at the same time as well as trying to make this fuel card thing. So I think what I'm going to do before I do anything else is I am going to move this stuff, move these marks back. I am still shopping for a rear end. I can make one. I could make a setup, but I think it would be easier and less time consuming to find one that is already kind of built as far as that's what I'm trying to find. Right now is slim pickings for that. So I'm guessing my tires are going to be, let's go 24-inch tires, 24-inch tall tires. That's going to be the rear axle. Where's my axle there? Right. My axle. seat is going to be about 15, 16 inches away from that axle. Okay. Which means my feet are going to be about 36 inches away from that. I'm a very tall person, but top of something that is making it too much, driving me crazy. All right. Something like that. And then I'm just going to mock this up randomly. Alright, it's going to sit something like this. Let's put a seat up here. My seat is going to be something like there-ish. Something like that. This is the cockpit that I'm not worried about right now. I'm running out of room under my table. So I'm going to need another one across here. I guess the question is, how close do I get these pieces, I guess I don't need the frame to come out that far, do I? If I take this in a little bit, for the frame to sit, I guess that'll work, right? I don't see why not. Let's pull it up real quick. frame's gonna go underneath of it. So I have my one cross member here. I gotta cut another one, which I'll get the pipe a little later and do that today. But what I'm gonna do is that's basically how it's gonna sit. I'm gonna have one of them like that. One like that. They're gonna be basically the width of this bucket. I mean, it doesn't have to be wider than that, right? But yeah, it wouldn't be wider than that because the frame would take a measuring device here and just go the width of the bucket, which will be right about there, and we will go to about 20 inches. So the frame's gonna be 20 inches wide. How wide am I? Not gonna be much wider than me. So, God, this is gonna be a long, skinny. I'll have to reinforce the hell out of this. I guess. $20 Yeah, because then the frame will sit in. Man, I'm gonna sit low. We'll go 20 inches. I'm gonna grab some pipe and I'm gonna notch it. So if anybody wants to watch on this camera live, you gotta become a member. $7 a month, watch live. I'm gonna explain things as I go. The only reason why I'm going live on here is A, to attract members, but also B, to show you guys exactly what I'm doing. All I'm doing is cutting pieces. I'm not actually doing any building today. So. This frame it's kind of heavy. This frame is going to be kind of heavy. So I'm going to have to be careful because what I'm using is 1-inch Schedule 80 pipe, which is way overkill for this, but that's what I got, so that's what I'm going to use. 20 inches there. So now I gotta cut that. All right, so I'm gonna put this stuff on my saw and cut it. I'm gonna cut as many cross members as I think I need. I'm running on limited space if you can't tell. I make do with what I got, man. This'll work. I've cut this one a tad bit short. Oh no, that's plenty good. Nope, that's good. I want that to be on the outer edge there. So that'll be fine. This one's a little shorter. That's fine. Alright. This one. Cut this 45 off. Right there. Sweet. Alright, so I've got 3 cross members right there for now. I am building a go-kart. And if you want to see the details, you can become a member. Right now I'm just cutting frame parts, but if you want to see the actual build process, become a member on the YouTube channel for $7 a month. And you'll be able to watch the whole process live and actually even have some input and learn how to do this for yourself. These 3. Now I gotta come over here. Hola. Yeah, check out my page and there's details and rules and what exactly I'm doing with this. Oh, that's why it didn't fit up right. I don't have all the parts on it. Hey, problemo. Is a problemo. I didn't even think about that part. I am not completely ready today. In fact, I might be missing these parts right now. I shouldn't be. That's the real question. Everybody's mind. Okay, where did I put them? Now it's on mean, I'll make do. I can do without it. But... No, I can't. I kind of need them. Dang it. Now I'm just missing parts. My dumbass self takes them apart, puts them away, and then never finds them again. I know I put them somewhere. I had to put them somewhere. It's just a matter of where. Huh, that sucks. Where the hell did I put them? Where the hell? Man. I thought I tucked them. The problem is that when I do that stuff, I end up tucking them nice neatly away in a place I don't remember where I put them. That's going to be a situation. It wasn't. Anyway, I got something. Metal. And more metal. Alright. What the hell? I put them there because I don't even have that thing yet. Or did I? I don't know. Problem. The important pieces I need to clamp down a piece of pipe that are on the tube notcher here are missing. Now they're my undoing. I just put them somewhere. And I don't remember where I put them. And they're not, well, they were right up here. I knew that. And then when I cleaned the shop up, I put them somewhere. Where? That's a question will be answered at a very random time when I don't need them and I find them. It's usually about that stuff I'm pretty good about. I thought I remember putting them on one of these two trays. They're not on either one. Fuck. And I know damn well that if I clamp this thing down without them, they will not stay. It'll walk. That's gonna, I can do that. I can make more. That's the nice thing about this piece, is that it's inexpensive and I can CNC it pretty easily. I just don't want to have to do that. I might have to. I might just have to. Shit. Well, that's a problem. Things. put them here? Usually I just throw things on here. Why are you so loud over there? They were right here. I know I moved them because I looked at them and I said, ooh, I'm going to lose them if they stay right there. Or maybe I didn't move them. And exactly what I said happened. What happened? Oh, there they are. Ha! Problem solved. Sort of. There they go. There's a line for me. Last time I was using to cut square tubing, which is why I had such a hard time aligning this pipe notcher up last night. That makes so much more sense now. This is type 2. Good. There we go. That's a lot better. Yeah. I gotta align this. So I'm gonna put my piece of pipe in. All I need to do, I just need to align this here. Okay. Align that. This thing is coming handy. When I say this thing, I mean this 3/4 inch socket setup. Coming handy all the time. Possibly imagine. Just need to line that up now. That's why it won't line up properly. There. There we go. That's way better. All right. No, I'm not building a flute. I'm building a go-kart. All right, I was able to line this thing up properly this time. Now, what I need to do is I need to make sure this thing sits exactly where I need it to sit. And I need to be about just a tiny bit less than halfway through. I also need to line up this over, this out of the way. Okay. All right. Now I need to guesstimate my lineup on this cut, because this side has already been cut. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to level it the best I can. Now, it's probably not going to be perfect, but that's what they make welders for, right? Pretty good right there. This cut should be, this thing's perfectly, yeah, that's going to be perfectly straight there. So, as long as I yeah, that's halfway through, that's halfway down. Should be good. All right. This is why pipe notchers are so useful. Right? Mine said it would drill press, so mine's gonna be real easy. I love this setup for that reason. Okay, so it's not quite cutting perfectly center. It's really close. but it's not quite there. So we've got that's all right. So that's about where it's going to sit. So that's 19 and 7/16. Okay. Can I make that any better? I probably can. Whoa, what the hell? Well, that's gonna be what it is, as close as I can get. Just fine. How long is this piece? It's the right size. Maybe a little short. Wow, what the hell? Did I screw that up or what? 19 1/4. So it'll come in at 19 1/4 inches. Oh, whatever. That's the 18 inches. There we go, that's beautiful. Where did my oil go? The hell? Alright, now I need to cut this one down a bit. This one's a little long. I gotta leave here shortly too. One more cut and then I'm done for the night. Right? One more cut. All right. So that's kind of going to be what part of this looks like right here. Kind of like that. One, two, three. Now I gotta cut the other side. All right. That's gonna be it for now. Thank you very much for watching this rendition of Let's Cut Pipe. The problem is I only have like an hour and a half in the morning, and I might get an hour at night. And then during the weekends I'll get a lot of time. But it's tough. It's definitely difficult to find the time sometimes. But it'll get done. It'll have to. Mine has to get done sooner than the others. They've got till August. I technically have till August too, but I gotta get the majority of my build done by June. Otherwise I'm gonna be very, very behind with everything else I got coming up. So thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more stuff. Like I said, if you want to watch this build in detail when I get down to the welding portion and actually like fabricating stuff, you got to become a member. $7 a month. You can watch on the live same time in the morning. Also do Friday nights, most Friday nights, and then you'll get a detailed overview of what I'm doing, what I'm welding, what filler metals I'm using, why am I fitting the way I'm fitting, why am I cutting the way I'm cutting, and so on. Because then you'll be able to do this stuff yourself. But thanks for watching. I'll see you later.